Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 8.29% to 49,258. Ethereum down 3.38% to 40.96. We can see Luna doing quite well, up 20.68%. My mission is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, and also gain real wealth in the process. I focus on the institutional mindset. If that sounds good, please subscribe to YouTube. We can see Mana up 4.88%. Go Mana! I'd like to say a special hello to Melody, Thomas, Gayatri, and Mum and Dad. Gayatri, well done. Our community focuses on real wealth. Real wealth is all about inner and outer peace, fulfillment and meaning, purpose and fearlessness. Fearlessness comes in really handy on days like we just went through. When embracing an institutional mindset, there are always three directions price can go. It can go exponentially up, exponentially down, or it can just go sideways and get really boring. These are the three states in the market. As a community, we focus on all three states simultaneously. That separates us from a lot of retail thinking. Institutional thinking is really important. Institutions focus on moving the money around, so it disadvantages retail traders and investors. So we're going with the institutions. There's a lot of fear inherent in the crypto market. We do a real wealth series on 10 steps to master fear. That could be really useful to have a look at. Rule 28, opportunities reset daily. Just like in life, in the crypto market, things wash out and start again every single day. There's one very big difference between investors and traders. That is, traders are always taking profit. Traders are really running a business and their money is the stock. The money is converted into, for example, Axie Infinity, Sand, Mana, Engine, Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe a bit of Doge and SHIB. Think about this. When you walk into a clothing store, they have prices on different items. And when you agree to a price, a sale is made. It's a little bit different with a trader. A trader will buy something and set a profit target on it. And as soon as that profit target is reached, it's like the customer coming into the shop and saying, "Oh, thank you very much, I'll have that." And the trader says, "Thank you very much, I'll take that profit." And it's really interesting. The different cryptos will behave differently. Maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum are at the back of the shop. Maybe Doge and SHIB are towards the front of the shop to create retail interest. Maybe your Sol and AVAX and Matic are towards the back. But wherever they are and whatever your beloved alts are, they all have a reason for being in your portfolio. And you could also think about it like this. If you want a very, very high price for something, generally you have to wait a long time to get it. Why is that? Because it just takes a long time for the price to appreciate to those 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, 20x positions that you want. And there's going to be a lot of volatility along the path. Traders are very different. Traders are in and out all the time. But including the investing mindset in trading is incredibly powerful, as all investors become traders whenever they buy or sell. And combining the best of both worlds, the investing world and the trading world, just is a ticket to a much better life. That's why Rule 66 is so important. Set profit targets and factor reality. The higher your profit target, the longer you will have to wait. One critical question is, how do traders buy? Traders look at price action with a different lens than a lot of investors do. Let's have a look at what happened recently. We came down quite substantially. I'll just get rid of this. You can see that it's come up 17% from that particular low. What traders do is they look back in history. We had this big sell-off. We had a big sell-off here. What happened? Price came up, wobbled around, went higher, came down. Okay, we're aware of that. And then shot up past. Okay, this is good. What happened back here? We had a capitulation, a big sell-off. Price went up, wobbled around, came up higher like this. Then what did it do? It went down, went up, went down, went up, went down further, went up, got really, really boring, and then exploded 125.34%. Well, actually more. Let me take that up a little bit more. 131%. Now, what happened back here? We had a weakness showing in the market, that long wick down, and then it went up. It came down, this long tail, like the long tail here, the long tail, the long tail, and then it went back up nearly to the point of that particular peak, just below it, just up around here, just a little over 30%. So we can see from that perspective, it sold down and then came back up, sold down, then came back up, but couldn't maintain it. It was under resistance, came down further, came down further. What are we seeing here? When it got over resistance, what did it do? It absolutely blew to the upside. This is crypto, and this is what traders do. Traders analyze very, very scientifically price movements, and they want to pick up their stock for their crypto shop at the best possible prices. That's why they're always lowering the average buy price, buying these sharp spikes downwards. They are so incredibly profitable. We can therefore expect a bit of turbulence in the market. The market has sent us a message. It's not happy about something, and the probable thing it's not happy about is likely to be Evergrande. Anytime the Chinese news hits the market, we always see a series of sell-offs. The miners, China banning crypto, Evergrande missing its payment, and Evergrande then saying that it will probably default on its debt. You can see China is really nasty when it comes to the crypto market, but all it's doing is when we get over resistance, we just go back in because the overwhelming trend is positive. It's really important. Do not do the light switch effect. I put the light switch effect together because I reported some bad news about China and a lot of people switched out. They just sold everything. Please don't do that. What generally happens when people enter the market for the first time, they get stuck in the panic zone. And of course they do. It's just absolutely understandable. People want certainty, and there is no certainty in financial markets. And when you embrace that, you can move into probabilistic fearlessness, which is just taking advantage of the volatility of the market. It's the most incredible market to be in, but you have to see it from a certain perspective. What happens generally when people move from the panic zone into the blame zone? They get really upset externally. It's like, why don't you tell me exactly when the top is going to be and exactly when the bottom is going to be? The problem is, bottom or top of what? Are we talking about a particular meme coin, or are we talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum or Sol? They all vary, and that's why a lot of analysis is actually required to determine trends. And that's what the masterclass is all about. It's all about pulling back the curtain and showing you things that just people don't know. When people get through this certainty problem, and please remember, these are the 4 stages that all investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable and attain real wealth. Zone 3 is all about probability, probabilistic fearlessness. I saw so many beautiful comments inside our community. People were excited and they bought the dip, and they bought it really low, and they've already done well. Some people have reached out to me by private message and already said that they've locked in over 20% gains just overnight. That's fantastic. Well done. when we look at probabilistic fearlessness, it's all about patience and following rules. For example, when price was coming up to this all-time new high, we were saying a little bit of caution is advised because all-time highs always have a corrective action. That's just the way that it tends to go. You can see an all-time high, corrective action, all-time high, corrective action, a lesser corrective action showing weakness, an all-time high, corrective action didn't make it sell off. What we can see here is this is the DNA of the crypto market. When we get a sell-off like this is the absolute time to get really, really excited, and so many people inside the community have. Let's just have a look at a couple of comments from the last YouTube video. The last 4 months from starting to follow you has made a world of difference. Steve said, instead of panicking, I'm smiling. We have an absolutely incredible community, just filled with beautiful people. Everybody helps each other. It is literally a real community on YouTube. I'm very, very honored and proud of everyone inside our community. Flamingo Crypto said, it's crypto's nature to drive everyone crazy. That's a good one, Ken. Having been in this market for around 7 years, I'm feeling good. Everything is on sale. This is a great time to dollar cost average in. Tail said, pretty relaxed when I woke up and saw the drop. And thank you to Marcus for your kindness. Marcus said, absolutely love the red days, full metal jacket. Ken, thank you for teaching us the 10-5-10. Patience pays off, and it does. Pedram said, I'm glad we were prepared for these events. And very kindly to the new people, please do not panic, and that's incredibly important. New people are selling to accumulators, the professionals. We don't want to sell into the hands of the institutions. And Pedram said, do not get into any leverage positions right now. I absolutely agree. Crypto is so volatile. Leverage will just destroy your money. It won't make you a financial blessing. It will make somebody else a financial blessing. Please look after yourself. Jess mentioned one of the best risk management strategies is to buy at spot. Absolutely, Jess. Very nice. And you can see we have such a beautiful community. Everybody talks to each other, and scammers last all about 3 seconds inside our community. We just don't let scammers in. Of course, that reduces the number of views, but we don't care about things like that. This is a community. We don't care about growing to be the #1 crypto channel in the universe. Nothing like that. This is all about helping people and helping a community. So hopefully on days like today, you can see your stock is on sale. You want to sort of jam things into your shop if you can. And the way to do that is just to take a little bit of profit as you go. But of course, it's always up to you. If you're an investor, you might want to just shut your shop and lock it up and draw the chains across the door if you wish. Or you may open your shop up just slightly and maybe have a few things on sale. It's really up to you, and that's the important thing. Just do what feels right for you. I want to go through the top 32 cryptos and understand what they're doing, show you what is happening in the crypto market. We can see Bitcoin lost its support, sold down. It's seeking to come back to that now resistance line. One of the really, really interesting things with Bitcoin, it was definitely getting above that resistance, and it had a fake out. This was a fake and caught a lot of people off guard. But because we always think in terms of 3 probabilities, we're not really caught off guard inside our community. We always say, what if it exponentially rises up to 100,000, or it drops down to 30,000, or it just goes sideways? We have 3 strategies simultaneously playing out on the market with every single crypto that we hold. Why do we do that? Because we want to sleep really well at night. And we want to take advantage of the fluctuations in price. Buying, for example, a couple of people reached out and said they actually bought Bitcoin at $42,000. How fantastic. Look, it's nearly $49,000 right now. You can see just buying those sharp tails, those capitulation events, they're just brilliant. We can see Ethereum bouncing along support. It hasn't realistically broken that support yet. Binance Coin is a long way away from its support, and as is Solana. Solana is a long way away from its support, and Solana has been going absolutely gangbusters. We can see Solana had that same issue. It overreached. It got above this resistance line and was rallying. It did a normal pullback, but it kept on going. This is the nature of crypto. If you understand these things, you're not so panicked about it. You just look at it, and that's why you always have a little bit of cash lying around sunbaking for times like this. That's what people talk about in the 10-5-10 fund. Cardano has been under resistance. We got a bit of a fake out. That made a lot of people happy, and rightly so. ADA has just been under the weather. It's got a cold. Please, ADA, get better soon. We can see XRP has been under resistance. We didn't get any fake outs here. It was just under resistance. Poor old XRP. I think it's about Gary and his stuff. DOT, we can see DOT clearly lost its support line. It's now under resistance. Now, where do these things go when they go under resistance? What's the next stop? It's levels of support. Just always think about levels of support. We knew we were going to stop around this area because there's so much support here in Bitcoin between, for example, the 49,000 and 41,500 mark. There's a lot of support through there. People are going to be accumulating, but we need to be aware. These dips can last up to a week, and we're just very sensible about what we do. We don't force our mind on the market. We just move with the market. Let's have a look at Luna. Luna is going to the moon. It says, oh, what dip? Look at that. Luna decided to dip down and said, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going to double now. And that's pretty much just what it did. I just zoomed in there a little bit. I just confused that red volume. Actually, Luna has come up 57.54%. It's done quite well. Looking at the next date, we can see Dogecoin. Dogecoin reached a peak around the 6th of May, and it was doing really well. And unfortunately, Doge has come down around 82% since then. This is the nature of specific types of cryptos. They can rally very, very strongly, but if the support wanes, they can go down. This is something to always be aware about. We can see AVAX coming back into support. It's basically done nearly a 50% drop back into support. This is the thing with crypto. Please get yourself ready for these kind of drops, but not to be the people that buy up the top, to be the people that are buying when it comes down, when it sells off, especially around support levels. That's really, really good. We can see SHIB has come down about 67%. This is really quite normal for crypto. This is a reason why, as a professional trader, I am very, very specific about what I take up. I wouldn't take up Doge and SHIB, not because I don't like Doge and SHIB, because I like other things more, such as the infrastructure plays. I want things to pass the Rip Van Winkle test. For example, if something happened to me and for a year I couldn't go near trading or anything like that, I couldn't go near crypto, would they still be there? Or would it be some fad that comes and goes? So many cryptos are fads, and so many cryptos are actually scams. And I'm not talking about Doge and SHIB, they're legitimate projects, but I'm talking about the percentage of the 15,184 cryptos that exist. Do you know how easy it is to create your own crypto? If you knew that you could create a crypto in half an hour and then just put it out for the world to buy, wow, no wonder there are so many cryptos. And unfortunately, a lot of people that put out cryptos know how to game the system. That's why you've got to be really careful. You can see all these big gainers. Personally, I wouldn't touch them with a 10,000-foot pole. Being really selective is incredibly important. We can see Litecoin has lost its support. Uni is still under resistance. Algorand is under resistance, but it is coming up. We can see Chainlink has been quite weak of late. We can see, looking at the next day, we can see Bitcoin Cash has actually come down 72.18% from its peak around the 14th of May. When cryptos are under stress, a lot of new investors and traders get into these declining cryptos. Please don't do that. Please always go for strength. When you actually invest and trade in strength, you may get downward price momentum, but it's more likely to come back up. We can see Tron lost its support and is under resistance. We can see Decentraland Mana, which is really going crazy because it's a metaverse play. And looking at the fundamentals of the metaverse, it's really, really good stuff. We're entering a particular evolution in our species where we're going to live online. And I don't mean shop online, I mean actually move into digital realms online. When we see that Decentraland came down to about $2.55, it's now $4.14. That's why I was recommending metaverse buys in the last episode. Solid foundations, that's really, really important. Axie Infinity is above its support and doing quite well. It also bounced very nicely. Stellar has just broken its support. Vet VeChain has broken its support. And we look at Cosmos, look at Atom, it's broken its support as well. FTX token is under resistance at the moment. Looking at the next day, we can see EGLD coming into a level of support. Sometimes, because of crypto being so incredibly volatile, we can get spikes below support. That's okay. That's all part and parcel of the game that is crypto. ICP has been in a downward death spiral for a very, very long time. Unfortunately, ICP has not had the traction that it would want to have. People that are in ICP, I would recommend that you just don't invest any more in it until it starts to show strength. You generally don't want to invest in anything like this with a downward trend from its conception. And the reason for that is that it actually shows you its overall trend. These big spikes, when things list, are all about the institutions dumping their holdings on retail investors. This is quite common. It happens all the time. However, what we want to see is a spike, a dip, and then upward price momentum. We haven't seen that with ICP as yet. Maybe that will turn around, but so far it's not happening. Sand, another metaverse play. Look at the strength in the metaverse. But we always have to be aware of our three-way scenario analysis. But there are very strong fundamentals backing metaverse plays. Filecoin, again, kind of like ICP, in a downward death spiral. And this is quite surprising because ICP and File are very heavily venture capital backed. So we would expect those institutional players to at least come in and prop up the price. They're not doing so. Maybe they'll do so later. HBAR, we can see HBAR has lost its support, was under resistance and sold off. Theta token, we can see Theta was under resistance and sold off. It's in the process of losing its support as well. Ethereum Classic has not yet managed to recover. It's kind of like Bitcoin Cash. They kind of pair together. Ethereum Classic has been under duress for quite some time. That doesn't mean there won't be spikes and there won't be good trading opportunities. There absolutely will be. But just keep in mind the trajectory, the downward bias or upward bias of any particular crypto. Always back strength. Do not back weakness. In financial markets, they just get weaker. Unfortunate, but just the way it tends to go. We can look at NIR. NIR has been showing a lot of strength, coming back to its downward support line and bouncing. If we're getting sensationalistic, what is the worst case scenario for Bitcoin? That everything would still be okay. It's to come down to around this particular line, and we can see that drawing these peaks out, anything over this line is still okay. Technically it's sound. If it starts to bounce, or even if it made a double bottom, it would still be fine. It's really hard when people look at this, because they might say, hang on a sec, Ken, that's like 50,000 and you're talking 30,000? Oh my God, I should get out. Whoa, panic. Please don't panic. Panic is in zone 1. You don't want to do that. You want to move in as much as you can to zone 3, and I'll help you with different rules and different ways to look at the market. The best way to look at the market is to understand zone 1 and zone 2 suffer what I call the light switch effect. People go all in or all out. Professional traders and professional investors, those in zone 3 and zone 4, are like a dimmer. They gradually come on and they gradually go out. They do not light switch. They don't go all in or all out ever. It's just not the way it goes. Zone 1 and Zone 2 create this light switch effect because of certainty. People want certainty. They want to be 100% correct, 100% of the time with 0% loss. And that's fair, because the markets are so scary that people look at things and say, I just can't fathom this market. It's just chaos. It's crazy. But if you can use that craziness for your advantage, and you can embrace the craziness as a lifelong profession, and you have patience to put your buy orders down, and you don't really have any fear of missing out, you can see it can create life-changing wealth, but is also life-changing. That's why I always refer to this. Life's internal battle is the real battle. Overcoming worry and anxiety, becoming probabilistically fearless. It's just such a beautiful place to be. In zones 3 and zone 4, people are not greedy. They're not trying to get 1000x. They're not worried about anything like that. They just want to be consistent. Do you know that supermarkets make an average 1.5% profit on everything that they sell? That's not a lot of money, but they're worth billions of dollars because they turn things over very, very quickly. And you can think of yourself in your trading mindset as being like that. If you do it enough times, it becomes really, really good and very profitable, and it will absolutely kill a buy and hold strategy. Zone 3 and Zone 4 are about scaling in and scaling out, not just going all in or all out. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, any negative information means the positive move is over and everybody abandons ship. Not a good way to go. Please don't be a light switch. You can just hold on. If you just wanted to walk away, things will repair themselves naturally. With professional trading and investing, Zone 3 and Zone 4, investing and trading, any negative news and negative percentages are just buying opportunities. They're the way that we increase the profitability of the trade. I'd like to thank all the very kind and generous community members who have reached out and shown their appreciation by buying me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. Thanks so much, everyone. I'd like to especially thank Andre. Thank you, my friend, for your kind words. Richard, excited as a child on Christmas morning whenever it tanks. You legend, well done. Thank you also to Tails. Oh, Tails, you just killed it. Bought Ethereum at $35.95. is currently nearly 4,200, and you bought Sol at 177. Sol is currently 204. You legend. Well done, my friend. That's beautiful. Brian, thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for teaching me that patience is a virtue. Your lessons paid off today as my layer buys were taken up. Just beautiful stuff. Ken, because of you, I bought the dip. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you, Doc. That's really nice. And from Michael in Germany, cold Germany, but very warm regards. Hi, Ken. A million thanks for supporting the community. It's absolutely my pleasure. My favorite color was always blue. When I started with crypto, I added green as well. Now I have to say red is a beautiful color too. Wow, Michael, you are such an artist. So beautiful. A lot of people are talking about the masterclass. The masterclass is my deep dive on all aspects of the trend, timing, and trigger process, which is all about selling and buying, how to interpret the news, lots and lots on the foundational aspects, foundational skills that you will need to be a blessing to yourselves and those you love. And the target release is December the 11th. If you would like to email me to lock in your substantial masterclass discount, you can just reach out to ken@kenstanfield.com. I must apologize in advance. I've been so overwhelmed with particular videos that I was putting out in the last couple of days that I've not been able to manage to get around to emailing people. If you've emailed me, I know you're there. Everything is good. Your masterclass discount is locked in, and my apologies. But you can always send out a gentle reminder if it's more than a couple of days old. Okay, thanks so much everyone, and thank you for your understanding. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. Many community members have reached out and said, Ken, I can't believe how consistent you are, and you always put out a video, rain, hail, shine, doesn't matter, every day, 7 days a week, months and months and months and months on end. And the answer to that question is, why do I do it? I do it for you because you're just an amazing person and we have an amazing community. I just love our community. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, just to let you know. And if you've watched this far, the secret word of this one is community. And what a beautiful, beautiful community we have. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.